People joining us halfway. Hallberg just joined, so we should be full. I will. Let's do this technical bullshit now. I'll pull up my Twitch stream and see if I can hear you. God knows nobody can hear me. Well, let's see how the volume is. Let's do this technical bullshit now. I'll pull up my Twitch stream and see if I can hear you. God knows nobody can hear me. No, I'm not hearing you. Nope. Well, let's see how the volume is. I'm not getting you. You got to go into the PS menu and switch your broadcast to share mic audio in party chat. It's under the actual broadcast settings for under your settings under broadcast and captures. If you go to broadcast and click audio, at least on PS5, it'll you can turn it on. No, like your actual PlayStation menu. You got to back out of the lobby. Like hit your PS button and go to the main menu. And everybody's listening to this right now. And it sounds like I'm literally talking to myself. All right, it looks like a dry race today because people are complaining and they want rain. Nope, looks like we're getting rain during the race, so we're going to have a wet race at some point today. Of course, we're limited to looking at what the drivers are saying on Discord because we can't see what is happening with the weather on the spectator settings. So we're at round 5, the Netherlands GP or Zandvoort. Just going to quickly go over the standings here. Right now you have Will Ans in P1, Youngling P2 as a reserve, Cake Thomas in P3, JCast, VTech, Ignaciov, Juventino, Young DJ CJ, PWR, and Houdini round out your top 10, followed by Beckett. You got Cowboy Cows as a reserve, Shelley, PWR Grim Reaper, Gunnar Addy, we got Hafrican, Danny Blazin, Hallberg, Sever Scott, Snake, LMR Team Racing. Then we have the reserve, Villeneuve who's in tonight, Andrew Mason, and Race Chase. And that is your current standings right now. Younglings leading the way in our ARL Elite Division. So it's going to be an interesting race. It's a very, very, very tight track. There's literally like a couple, like really one place to make a good overtake that you can get away with pretty clean without having to worry about bumping tires. Hopefully my volume is good on my voice this time for the nobody that's fucking watching this right now. But I've tried to adjust the settings, and if you can't hear me, then this is the best I can fucking do right now. So we got 10 corners to the right, 4 corners to the left, 14 corners on this track. Really, really tight circuit, couple tight traction zones. Let's ride on board with Youngling and see him lay down a quality lap. He is currently fitted with these soft compound tires. Again, I did a race here the other day. Soft medium is 100% a race strategy, or medium soft, whatever. This is a one-stop strategy. I think it's a mistake going to the hards. That being said, a lot of these guys in this league here are a lot faster than I am. Looks like Youngling has retired. He's going to do his usual last to first, so we're not going to get to see him. We got Ignaciov so far on provisional pole with a 1:11.886. We got LMR, we got Danny, we got Cake Thomas on a hot lap. So let's ride on board with Cake here. JCast goes fastest to 1:11.520. Let's go. Cake Thomas does here in the Williams.
Yeah, I don't think it was the system settings. It was the party settings.
All right, let's see if I can hear you now.
Yeah, I don't think it was the system.
Yeah, you're good, buddy. You're in.
Outstanding.
Yeah. All right. Joining me tonight is Flavius 10. He's joining Shitty Commentary for the first time as Will Ann sets the fastest lap of a 1:11.044. What do you think, Flavius? Who do you think's gonna be the winner for tonight's race? Who's the driver to watch that's gonna take it all tonight?
Oh, difficult to say with confidence, but Will Ann's is certainly one of them. He's one of the faster guys out there, considered. But I think there's win this race.
100%. Don't disagree. You got the Speedy Gonzalez himself, Youngling. Again, he went last to first in Jeddah in Division 1 on Friday night. So the man's got some definite pace there. And then don't discount Cake Thomas either. Again, super quick driver. He's a member in Division 1 Midwest F1. Super quick. He's rocking the Williams with young DJ CJ. But if you've seen the last few races, Flavius, the Williams have struggled. Like, they've just been having shit luck on track with either DNFs or losing wings, and they're definitely below where they should be. What do you think?
I haven't seen the last few races, so I'll have to take your word for that. I actually participated, I think, in the last one until I crashed.
Oh, it happens to all of us for sure. Hopefully we won't see too much of that tonight, but I definitely think we're going to get to see some tight wheel-to-wheel action. Again, really, turn 1 is going to be the optimum place to pass. Just doing practice races last night with a couple guys. Like, if you're behind 6/10 on that back straight, you really still have to kind of make a lunge for it. You're really going to have to be on the driver's gearbox coming out of turn 14 in order to make an overtake happen. With the traction zones, like the track goes wide on entry, tightens up during exit, like super tough traction zones to get, really easy to spin and hit a wall. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting race today.
Yeah, in some ways, the Netherlands track is complete opposite of the Saudi Arabia track. Of course, there aren't concrete walls on both sides. That's the most obvious standout feature. And this track is much shorter, but I find it has a similar feel to it in that it's very flowing, very fast, and the event is seemingly over before you expect it to be. 36 laps on a shorter track, but you're always busy around this racetrack. There's not a lot of time to catch your breath.
Yeah, not a lot of time to vape and drive like I like to do, but we're going to make it happen. We got the ARL Elite race on Wednesday night, which you're a part of as well. That is going to be Wednesday, 8 o'clock. No assist, no racing lines. And then we have our Division 1 on Friday, which is corner lines only. Of course, tonight being Division 2 for the ARL Adult Racing League, 18 plus, no traction control, ABS is available, and corner lines. Just going over some of the fastest lap times here real quick while we're killing some time here before the race starts. The current Division 1 Netherlands race pace fastest lap is Tiax with a 1:11.229. In Division 2, which is the current division we're watching right now, the lap record for a race is 1:12.292, which is me. I'm just going to throw myself a wicked nod there. That's probably going to be wiped off the board tonight, I would imagine. And funny enough, I actually have the Elite race at the 1:12.388. So I don't think either of those are going to hold up this round. Again, we've got a lot of faster drivers that have joined since the beginning. A lot of guys have definitely improved their pace, gotten to be a lot quicker. And so anyways, we got Sloso in tonight for Severe Scott, who ended up being not available last minute. Other reserves for this evening is going to be Villeneuve and the Aston Martin for Shelley the Turtle. And other than that, the grid is your full-time drivers, 18 guys. You have Cake Thomas teaming up with young DJ CJ. You got Will Anns with reserve driver Villeneuve. You have J-Cast and Hallberg working together in the Ferrari. You have Beckett and who's his teammate again? I don't even remember. It's awkward. Who's Beckett's teammate? You got Beckett with Team B7. who's joined us again. You got Juventino and African in the Alfa Romeo. You got Houdini and Gunnerati running the Haas, trying to pull their best impression of K-Mag right now. And then, again, Young DJ and Mango in the Williams, and Ignacio and LMR Team Racing in the Mercedes, as we whip by a soft compound tire that ends up sitting in the middle of turn 14 there, which is probably throwing a few guys off. Cake Thomas, your provisional pole right now. We got 8 minutes, 20 seconds left. We got 1:10.968 for Cake Thomas, which is about a full tenth, just under a full tenth above Will Ann's right now, and JCast not far behind, 2/10 behind him. We've got 5 drivers that have retired already. We got Youngling, Team LMR, Team B, Snake and Beans, and Hallberg have all retired from this session. What are your predictions, Flavius? Who do you think is going to walk away with provisional pole looking at these times right now? All of the drivers seem to be choosing the soft compound.
Oh, too much time left. I had to put my money on someone. It would probably be Cake. But that's kind of an easy bet since he's sitting at the top now. That's a cheap bet. Doesn't appear to be a lot of interest in starting on the medium tires. Looks like only Danny Blazin has a time in on the mediums, so it looks like it's kind of a universal decision here to start on the softs. Which, depending on safety car, you can get, with the help of a safety car and just a little taking care of the tire, you can get almost halfway on the soft tire, which makes that soft medium strategy feasible.
Oh, I think it's definitely going to be a one-stop. I mean, unless you get a late safety car and you're going to throw on a set of softs again. I think medium, soft, soft, medium. One of the things the drivers might be considering the soft compound for is, with how tight turn 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be with the pack all bunched up, there's definitely a possibility of someone losing a wing. And if you start on those medium compound tires with that strategy, then it gets totally wiped out if you have to pit after the first lap or two, right?
Yeah, and this is one of the tougher, race starts of any of the tracks on the calendar. It's not a very long distance to the first turn, and it can be taken too wide at best, and that's not really at race speed too wide. So there tend to be some incidents in the first corner, so the soft tire definitely gives you an advantage to get off the line quick and hopefully find a line you can protect and not hit anybody or get hit yourself.
Well, I gotta give it to the drivers from, I guess, all 3 divisions last week, because if you look at the Jetta race when we had, it's a really short run to turn 1. And the pack was quite bunched up, and you had that tight sequence again, the first 4 corners where everyone's kind of bunched up, and they managed to make it through pretty clean. This one, you got a super wide entry that kind of tightens up on the exit. So, I mean, the drivers taking that really wide line to try and avoid other drivers could find themselves in the gravel pretty quick. What are you thinking about this track, Flavius? Do you think it's a fun track? Do you enjoy racing this, the Netherlands GP?
I do. It's, like I said, it's very busy. There's not a lot of time or space for your thoughts to wander.
No.
You're always very focused.
It's going to be interesting on Wednesday nights when we do it with no lines and no assists. Because, again, that small distraction and it's over. Cake Thomas going 1/10. Just over, about 1.5 tenths quicker to keep that provisional pole. So it looks like your cheap bet is right on the money right now. We got JCast prepping for a hot lap now. He's just coming through, heading to turn 13 to 14. Pretty slow. Letting VTEC by. Let's pull up our track map here. So JCast has an Aston on his tail and another Red Bull, but it looks like he's going to clear before Will Ann's catches up, or Villeneuve, whoever that is behind him. Let's look at this entry. It's such a wide entry into turn 1. And he hugs it pretty tight going around the corner. Ooh, that looked like a lag or and almost a spin out there from the difficulties on his PlayStation right now. Who are you on board with right now, Flavius?
I'm not. I was actually cheating and looking at the standings.
Oh, perfect. That's all right. Jake asked about to finish up Sector 2. We'll see how he does. He's currently 1.5, about a second and a half down from provisional pole right now. And he finishes 3/10 up on this. No, he's 3/10 over his last lap. So it doesn't look like he's going to improve. Let's see what Ignacio can do. Ignacio starting this hot lap right now. He goes 3/10 shorter. Young DJ CJ. DJ CJ with a 1:11.1 puts him into P3 right now. We got Juventino GTR, again, constructor champion from ARL Elite with his teammate Capital. Going to be looking to get some points. Won a race the other night. I can't remember which division. I think it was Division 1. And he's about to start his lap. Let's ride on board with Juventino and see what he can do. He's currently in P8 and is 1.8 seconds off provisional pole. So we'll see how much how much improvement he can have on this lap as he heads into turn 1. Got some yellow flags up ahead into turn 2. Looks to be an Aston Martin moving out of the way. And a backwards McLaren into the wall, it looked to be. The McLaren is slow, so it looks like it crashed out of turn 2. UV is up 3/100ths.
Just looking at DJ CJ, he's not improving, it doesn't look like. He was up 2/10.
Is he doing back-to-backs on those softs, I guess?
He's thrown in the towel. He's in the pit lane.
Oh, okay, yeah, he backed out. He had just done a hot lap. I don't know if he was going for back-to-backs like Will Anza tried the other day in Silverstone. Oh, UV goes completely wide into the gravel through turns 11 and 12 there, that last chicane with the big bump, and he invalidates his lap. So that's going to be it for him. African's coming around the corner on his out lap. We're going to see he's heading into the penultimate corner. He's got UV on the inside trying to get out of the way. And African, here he goes. Looks like you're right on the money, unless African has the lap of his life right now. Cake Thomas is up by a 10th on Will Anz. Expect to see those guys fighting a lot during this race.
Will Anz did improve his time in the first sector, but only 9/100ths.
Well, he's only a 10th back, so he could definitely do it. Let's jump on board with him if that's who you're watching here. He's up almost 2.5 tenths in his time now after sector 1. Oh, Cake Thomas gets a disqualification.
Oh my.
He must have gone backwards, and that was right at the spot where Will Anz is coming off around the corner, and Will Anz had to lift off to avoid the Williams facing in the wrong direction there. So that's definitely not going to be a time improvement for Will Anz, sorry.
No, that's huge. He's going to have to
disqualification. With disqualification, it looks like Cake is going to move to the end. Because right now, my screen's showing me Will Anz in pole.
Yeah, with a DSQ.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. See, what did I tell you about the Williams and their luck? You know, they catch a spin. He's got a wicked lap time. And just like that, you know, one little crash, he's facing the wrong direction for a little bit too long, or spun to go the right way, and fucking Cody and EA with their bullshit glitches, he just gets a DSQ out of that. Unfortunate for him, and that's the end of our qualifying. So we'll see the final stats coming up right now. Sorry, just getting messaged on Discord. think Cake is going to be looking to see about what we can do about his DSQ, but not really much we can do. So our final standings for qualifying is Will Ends on pole, DJ CJ in P2, PWR in P3, JCast 4, Beckett 5, Ignaciov, Juventino, Houdini, and Hafrican are the top 10, all starting on the softs. You got Sloso, Gunnerati, Vitek, Villeneuve, Danny Blazin, Youngling, Team LMR, Team B, Snake and Beans, Hallberg, and Cake Thomas. And that rounds up your quali.
And what was I was going to say, the weather expectation?
A wet race. As you can see on the screen now, we have rain. It is going to be a wet Grand Prix. For how long, I'm not sure. Again, one of the things that with spectator mode that we don't get is the weather, unfortunately. So I literally check Discord to see if anybody posts something like, "Oh fuck, it's a wet race," which we did get today. So I'm not sure how long it's going to be wet. It's I guess going to be part of the anticipation to see what happens. Is it going to be wet? Is it going to get worse? Like right now, the track looks like, with the rain on the screen, looking at the pit lane, it looks like potentially enters, which I mean could be worse.
I don't see any tires in view. I think sometimes that's like a little Easter egg to tell you, but I don't see any.
Yeah,
Blue
we're
versus
waiting.
green.
We're waiting. Of course, with the ARL, the rules are we give the guys 2 minutes to adjust their setups. We got our 28-second countdown now. We don't like players to hit X before the host does to give all our drivers a chance, tweak their setup a little bit. We do have park permit conditions, but there are a few things you can change, set your fuel, set your tire strategy, whatever it may be. So it looks like we're going to get a look at who's starting on what in about 5 seconds. As I threw my headset off my head, sorry about that. And it looks like everybody's starting on the enters. We'll pull up the tire screen right now and see what's going on here.
The
Yep.
track looks damp. I don't see any standing water.
Yeah, it's
Not in the
definitely
first
an inter
sector.
race. Not really seeing a racing line either, though, right?
Actually, there are some tracks, and I don't know if that's reflective of reality or it's just a Codemasters thing, but some tracks don't feel bad on the inters with in wet conditions. This is one of them. I find the grip here to be pretty good. Silverstone's another. And of course, some it's just dreadful. I mean, you might as well, it's like being on ice. One thing to take note of, I don't think that the inners will last the entire race, but in wet conditions, you're not actually required to make a tire change. If for some reason we didn't have yellow flag or safety car, you could theoretically go the whole race without changing tires.
I'm thinking we're going to see at least one. Wet conditions, tough traction zones.
And a tight track. I think if I were betting over/under, I'd say it'd be a 2 for safety cars.
I mean, I guess this also explains why no one decided to pit or to qualify on the medium compound tires. Really not much of a point, right? If you're starting on a wet race.
Yeah, that maybe should have been obvious to me, but it wasn't at the time. But you're right. Yeah, no need to penalize yourself when you're going to be starting on a wet tire.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and we're off. Lights out at round 5, Netherlands GP. Will Ans hangs on to the lead. Looks like the Williams, the young DJ CJ, was in a little bit of a sandwich there. But he manages to get up to P2. Sorry, go
Cake
ahead.
was really aggressive on the start. Almost got in trouble, but he's up to 11th place.
Holy shit. That's a big jump. 9 spots off the start. He's definitely making up for some time being on after getting that disqualification. I gotta stop muting my mic every time I take a vape because I end up talking. I forget to put it back on. Looks like Team B and VTEC are all the way back down. VTEC likes to lift off and let the guys sort themselves out, so I would imagine that that's something that he did right now. Oh, look at that. Just the sliding from PWR Asylum in P2 right now. Almost lost it there. Going through turn 2. Oh, sorry, that's sector 3, or sector 2, my bad.
Like, Cake is going to be up to 9th place. Just got past the McLaren of Sloso.
Yep, he's running 9th right now. We got a 3-second corner cut penalty already being handed down to Team LMR Racing on lap 1. Cake with Juventino in his sights. He is back a second. Will Ans with the fastest lap. It's looking like a full wet race with a 2 or 3 stop inter strategy being projected by the game. So like you were saying, there's a possibility if guys are good with their tires, maybe not having to stop because it's not a requirement at this point in the race, right?
That's correct. Tire change is not required in wet conditions.
Young DJ CJ is right on the back of JCast here heading into Sector 2. We'll see if he can make something happen.
We have 3 drivers in the pits.
Yeah. Sloso, Gunnar Adding, and VTEC are pitting already for new wings and new tires, so that's going to definitely impact them already. If there's no safety car, they're going to find themselves way behind the pace. So we'll see if young DJ CJ can make the move happen on JCast here. They're heading through the last sequence of corners, going through 11 and 12 right now, heading into the penultimate corners, which is turn 13 and 14, the big bank right-hander. DJ CJ 7/10 back, so he might not be close enough to make a move happen, especially with no DRS as the track is wet. He's going to be way back. We have yellows in sector 2 and 3. Looks to be the Red Bull of VTEC having some problems there. Team B is retired from the race. And we have a VSC.
Like an Aston Martin parked.
Yeah, on the exit of turn 12 there. Again, it widens out, but you put the tires on the curb there and you're going to have a problem. And it looks like Team B figured that out. Lot 2. So we have our first retirement. Team B returning after a little bit of a break from ARL Racing, taking over the AlphaTauri, teaming up with Beckett, as Beckett's teammate was MIA. So Beckett's got a new teammate. And we're back green. The distance between DJ CJ right now and JCast is 8/10. We'll see if we got any close battles. PWR and Will Ans are within 4/10. We'll see what PWR Asylum or Power Asylum can do as they head through the final chicane in Sector 3.
Before the VSC, they had been pulling away a bit from JCast in third, but he's back within a second.
Yeah, it's one of those things, if you're not driving a steady pace and kind of keeping that delta low, the drivers behind can definitely catch up a little bit. But the big fear, of course, is to, have that delta go red, not pay attention to the time, or have it go green and end up with a drive-through penalty, which definitely is not something any of these guys want. And we do have a bunch of penalties right now. We'll see what penalties we got up. We got 4 drivers right now with penalties. We have Gunnar Addy gets a drive through, so from the VSC like we were talking about, we got Slow Stone and Yancey with 5-second penalties, which can be served in the pits, and then we got Team Lamar Racing with a 3-second, sitting in P15, but cannot be removed. That's a track extending penalty.
Gunnar Addy back in the pits.
Yeah, he's serving his drive-through penalty. So I don't think he's actually stopping. He's just getting rid of it. Again, he's got 3 laps to get that done under green flags, or he gets himself a DSQ. Cake Thomas sitting at P7. Now on the gearbox of Houdini heading into 11 and 12 here. Houdini goes really wide on the exit there. Kind of leaves the door open. Cake's right on his ass. See if Cake can make it happen into turn 1 here. 98% ERS. He's got it activated now. Full send mode. Goes through the inside. Gets past Houdini. Licked the stamp and sent it on that one. Not much Houdini could do. Cake had a really good exit coming out of that final corner. Catches a little bit of curb there. Could have spun himself. VTech moving over for blue flags already, it seems. And he's going to get caught up with a gaggle of cars behind him. So that's like heartbreaking for VTech. Sloso is retired. Crashed out at some point. We'll see. The safety car. There's your first safety car, Flavius.
Yep.
And again, this is like a massive kick in the nuts to VTech. Because unfortunately the game doesn't let you unlap yourself. So VTech right now is sitting in P19, and he's behind P7 of Houdini. So come the restart, unless he pits, the entire field is going to end up lapping him, which just completely destroys any chance of, a points finish for the Red Bull tonight. I mean, if VTech can pull it off, it's a miracle. But hopefully with F1 2022, like the real rules allow, it'll let lapped cars unlap themselves before the safety car comes in. Is that something you'd like to see in the next game?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the more realism is better.
Well, VTech opts to come into the pits as opposed to letting everyone lap him.
I had to chuckle. I guess Abu Dhabi is still sticking in my mind a little bit.
Too soon. Max is the champ, okay? We're not even contesting that anymore.
Well, it would have been a great story if Lewis had pulled it off with those consecutive victories at the end of the year. And he's a great driver, but no denying Max deserved it and deserved it more. So.
Yeah, well, a lot of different things last race happened or last season in real F1 happened. Yeah. I mean, look at Kops with Lewis when Max got taken out. Look at Bottas taking out both Red Bulls in Hungary. You know, the DNF from the tire failure that Max had in Baku. And I mean, you look at Perez. I mean, Perez ended up finishing first because Lewis Hamilton pushed the magic button and went into the runoff area. But Perez, right after turn 1, basically had to stop his car. He couldn't even do his victory lap because of some sort of problem they were facing. So I think had Max not had the issues that he did, it wouldn't have been a last race decider. But then again, you know, I'm wearing a Red Bull t-shirt right now, so.
It was an epic battle, though. I mean, it'll be talked about 20, 30 years from now, the way, Lauda and Hunt is talked about, and Prost and Senna. It was a great battle.
Do you think it's got that much clout, though? Like, to talk about Senna, you know what I mean? Like, they're definite rivals for sure. Lewis, uncontestedly, obviously, 7-time world champion, amazing driver, but.
Well, there's a bigger generational difference. You know, Prost was older, but not that much older. You know, just a few years.
Okay.
With Lewis and Max, and you know, if you're looking back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, drivers typically didn't hang around as long as Lewis has because they're not as competitive. I think Michael Schumacher kind of changed that with showing the importance of conditioning. For drivers, but yeah, no, the legendary matchup might end up being Max with Charles Leclerc or Orlando. We'll see how that develops over time. But just for a 1 year battle, I thought it was just incredible that it went down to the last lap of the last race, literally.
Well, not the first time Lewis has been in that position either, right? With the last race deciding who the title went to. He's been there before. I mean, I don't know about you, but it's really good to see Ferrari battling again. It was pretty tough watching them, down on their luck for a couple seasons, like, trying to get scraps from races just to grab a point or two here and there. It was nice to see them fighting at the front again.
Yeah, you hate to see a situation develop. Really, I mean, it's good for Formula One that we were able to get a break in that Mercedes domination for so long. And of course, that happened with Ferrari when Schumacher was there, the 5 years in a row.
Red Bull with Vettel.
Yeah, Formula One needs to have Ferrari in the battle for the championship.
For sure. And I mean, if we're talking about 2022, I mean, we got to give a shout out to K-Mag and the Haas.
Yeah, incredible. I think what really stands out early in the year is the power of that Ferrari engine in the Haas and the Alfa Romeo both, where Valtteri Bottas is frequently running faster laps than the Mercedes. Just incredible.
There's definitely been a shakeup in the order, that's for sure. A lot of reliability issues. I mean, you had Gasly taking a new ice. You had a bunch of drivers. AlphaTauri, Tsunoda couldn't even start this week because of issues with his car. Bottas didn't finish the race. You had Alonso. You had Ricardo, both DNFing due to mechanical failures. It seems, I mean, and what was it, the first race at Bahrain? When Nico Hulkenberg did not pit because his car was too hot and he needed to cool it down before he could pit. I've never heard that, and I haven't been watching the sport for a long time.
Yeah, that was unusual. I can't recall ever hearing that before. It quite possibly has, with a brand new car regime, different regulations, but.
All right, we're getting ready to start. We have the safety car going in this lap. We are riding on board with Power Asylum. PWR Asylum in the Alpine is in P2. Will Ends leading the race right now. Cake is up to 6th position starting from last. So far our drivers not sure when they can hit the throttle or not.
I saw a piece of debris flying in the air on the straightaway, but I can't see where that could have come from.
Well, top three look to be in good form. They're pretty tight right now. DJ CJ, Beckett, Cake Thomas. I mean, they're all within a second. Power Asylum right on Will Ann's gearbox right now. Will Ann's having that pressure, pressure that I'm not really used to of being in first position, trying to keep that lead going. Again, all our drivers in ARL do not use traction control. Traction control is prohibited. ABS is an option. Some drivers choose to use it in Division 2, while other drivers stick to just corner lines only. And we have another safety car. For what? I don't know. I'm not seeing anybody else DNF. Did you catch anything there, Flavius?
No, I don't see anybody stationary either.
No, I see looks like the Haas of Gunnar Addy way back.
Trailing way behind.
And again, we're on reduced safety car right now just because with standard it just seems to be way too frequent. I mean, of course we'd like to keep things as simulation as possible and as real as possible aside from the old running realistic cars. We do run equal cars in the ARL. But
I think we may have found out who had the debris on the front stretch. Houdini or...
yeah, we got Houdini, Beckett, and Addy pitting. Addy seemed to have an issue, maybe Sector 2, Sector 3, on the first lap of the restart. But, I mean, theoretically, these guys should catch up pretty quick. Maybe we'll only get one full lap and then they'll go off again. Nothing more frustrating than driving your whole race, especially when you pull out a gap. Like if you're behind, and there's been lots of times where I've been behind, and you're just praying for a safety car that just puts you back in the race. But you know, there's a lot of times you're pulling a gap on the guy behind you, and you know you got a comfortable gap, you got a second, 2 second, 3 second gap maybe, and you're pretty comfortable, and the safety car just wipes it all out. Division 1 Jetta, we got a safety car. What was it? Lap 22
Yes.
of a 26 lap race. So we literally came out with 24, 25, 3 laps remaining essentially last race. Didn't expect such a late safety car. Usually they just go to VSC when it's that late. But again, the game surprised us and threw out a safety car on the 22nd lap of 26. So hopefully we're not in that same position now. It does cause a bit of a clusterfuck with the restart that close to the race and everyone desperate to get position. Who has our fastest lap right now? Is it dying off? It looks like it's still coming down.
Yeah, Will Ann's 122 flat.
Yeah, and right behind him you got Power with a 122.1. You got JCats with a 122. Jesus, young DJ CJ is 1,000th off the fastest lap time right now. He's a 122.001. So yeah, it's definitely going to be flipping back and forth. I don't think we're going to see it until probably the later stages of the race. Hopefully the safety car is going to come in so we can get some action. Again, Cake Thomas, driver of the day so far, he is up 15 spots. He's 20th. He's sitting in 5th, right behind his teammate, young DJ CJ right now. The Williams occupying P4 and P5 currently. The Alphas of Ufantino and African are teamed up in 6 and 7. Any more teammates? You got Houdini and Gunnerati and the Haas having shitty luck tonight. They are in 16 and 17. I'm sure I got, if we were on the party chat, we would have heard one of Houdini's God Bless America to try to avoid himself from swearing. You never wish anything bad to happen to a driver, but, you know, it's kind of his thing. God Bless America. So safety cars coming in. Will Ann still in the lead. Power Asylum trying to stay as close to these gearboxes as possible without obviously hitting him. Will doing some tire warming up now, and he's off again. Gets another jump on Power Asylum. Young DJ and Cake look to be side by side. Let's see this going down right now. Cake gets the move done on his teammate through turn 1. Nice move from Cake. Goes around the outside with young DJ CJ on the inside. So Cake Thomas in P4. Again, was our provisional pole setter. Ran the fastest lap, but just got disqualified there with about a minute remaining in quali. Didn't want to rejoin the track, and the game bounced him for it. Youngling is up to 6th. He's in 9th position right now. He's trialing a gaggle of cars. Who are you on board with, Flavius? Who are you watching right now?
I was in the midfield looking at Villeneuve.
Yeah, Villeneuve's doing. He's got a pretty good gap to Hallberg behind him, and he's keeping it close. Again, he's got a bunch of cars in front of him. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, the whole field is pretty tight right now. Will Ans has pulled out a 1.1 on Power. And there you have it, the new fastest lap, 1:21.7. We got Team B commenting that his fat foot caused his DNF. Again, a little too much throttle, especially in the wet conditions. I mean, we've all gone through it. You get a little bit of a snap and you do a burger, and that's the end of your race. African's pretty close to Juventino. Let's see if he can make the move happen on his teammate. I mean, we haven't had team orders yet, but usually the two drivers on teams that take part in party chats will let the driver with the faster pace through. That's the one thing I've enjoyed about ARL, one of the many things I have to say. Not pumping the tires of the league or anything, but, you know, guys are willing to do the best thing for their team to get as much constructor points as possible, especially if their teammate has some pace on them. And you got a pretty quick teammate for Division 1 there, Flavius, with Ignacio.
Yes, sir. That's why we selected him. I'm not going to let the Luongo reference go by unnoticed, though. Pumping the tires, I like that.
Oh yeah, you know, kind of awkward, but I got to give a shout out. Obviously, the guys in the league make it what it is, and everyone seems to be having a good time. I'm having a good time. It is a lot of work, but yeah, it's fun. It's a hobby, so whatever. It is what it is. I'm sure my wife would like it if I stopped racing. Danny Blazin catching up to Team LMR Racing for P16 right now. We'll see if Danny Blazin can make the overtake on the Red Bull. He's just coming through turn 2 there. And they're a ways back from the pack. It looks like P1 through 10 are super tight right now. LMR Racing on the outside line. Danny Blazin takes the inside, gets the overtake done. And VTEC passes, unlaps himself with Team LMR as well. So VTEC trying to make his way through the field once again. JCast is getting pretty close to Power Asylum. Cake is super close to JCast. Let's ride on board with these three and see what's happening right now. We're on board with Cake Thomas. We're on at P4. Started at P20 because of the disqualification. We'll see if he can move up the order here a little more, get himself a podium. So just so you're aware, Flavius, anybody who crashed out is welcome to join the ARL party chat. No one's joined up yet. But if you're out of the race and you want to have a quick chat, talking to you, Team B, because I saw you just commented, feel free to join the ARL party chat, interview party chat, and then hopefully we'll get some of the podium sitters on here afterwards and see what they have to say about the race.
It's interesting looking at the telemetry. Will Ans is using practically no energy recovery. He's at 100%. Power Asylum is around 60.
Wow.
He's clicking that on quite a bit to maintain his position in second.
It just shows you the pace difference too, right? Power Asylum's a pretty quick driver. The regen's pretty good in the wet conditions, I find. You can lean more on that ERS because, I mean, you don't have DRS, so unfortunately on the straights, it's pretty much all you got to count on is the slipstream in the ERS. But it looks like JCast is going to be real close to Power Asylum on the straight. And JCast with 82%. No, see, he was about 6/10 back, and he only managed to get within 3/10. So I think you got to be like pretty much right on the guy's gearbox coming out of that last corner.
I'm wondering if Cake might have burned up his tires a little bit getting up to fourth place, because he seems to be happy sitting there now. Now that he's got the leader in his sights, he's doesn't seem to be pushing forward quite as hard.
Well, keep in mind,
might be hoping for a safety car to get a tire change.
The top 7 haven't pitted yet. Youngling, Villeneuve in 9th and 10th have not pitted yet, and Hallberg in P12 have not pitted. So at some point they're going to probably need to stop. I would imagine the tire drag is going to be too much to be able to maintain a quick lap, especially with guys ahead on newer tires. So yeah, you have 15 laps on these tires right now. Soon to be 16. Power gets it done on JCast. We missed that. I probably caught it on the screen, but oh, sorry. Never mind. Nothing happened there. JCast is going to go for it this time, I think. Power defending the outside. JCast going through the inside. Does he have enough room on the exit? Oh, he gets a little bit of a wiggle there. Just trying to hug that inside line to get some traction to go. Oh, Power loses it heading into turn 2, and JCast gets the position. Cake Thomas now looking to capitalize off of Power Asylum, just making that small mistake heading into that was turn 3.
Yeah, he's Power is using a lot of his ERS. He might be struggling a little bit more with setup. Ignacyov
DNF, so we have the DNF for Ignacyov, and we have the third safety car of the Netherlands GP.
I imagine we're going to see a follow the leader game here with regard to tire change, but this is the time to do it.
There is a pretty decent gap. I mean, all those drivers in the top 7 need to pit. Top 8 now.
I wonder if someone will gamble and stay out. I
the
doubt
top
it.
9, the top 9 haven't pitted yet. So I imagine we'll see what Will Ans does. Is he going to dive in? He looks like he's not. Is he going to make the late move? He does. Yeah. A little bit of cut in the pit line, though.
Yeah, I don't know if any of the stewards saw that.
Hopefully, doesn't get reported for that.
African stays out. How many laps does he have on his tire?
I think he's at 17. Yeah, Youngling stayed out. Villeneuve stayed out as well. We got a couple drivers going on the medium compound tires.
Oh my!
Is it going dry? It looks like it's going dry, Flavius. Like, it looks wet still, but I'm not seeing any rain falling. But the mediums, I mean, that's going to be a gamble.
Yes, it is. You're going to have to be really walking the tightrope there, not to lose the back end. Soft is a much, much preferred tire on a wet track.
Well, this is a gamble, but I mean, most of these guys are quicker than me, so I can't really say much. Will Ans, JCast on the medium compound. Power Asylum stays on the inter compound. Cake goes medium. Juventino, Young DJ, CJ pit for a new set of inners. Beckett goes medium. Hallberg is on inter tires. Gunner, Snake go medium, and Houdini has gone on the medium compound tire.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake. I think if someone had gone on the soft here, assuming we're going to have dry conditions, the soft would have a big advantage and would likely make it to the end of the race.
Yeah, it's definitely a possibility. I definitely wouldn't have the confidence with this track right now to be on a medium compound tire. Let's see if African makes the decision to come in. It looks like he is. Let's see what he decides to go with. African is boxing for the mediums. Villeneuve has the mediums.
Nobody took the soft. Oh,
Power took
going hard.
Jesus.
Ooh, yeah, that might have been a
hopefully it's not a Cody's glitch.
With Jeff. Yeah, it might have been a miscommunication with Jeff.
And it looks like he caught a little bit of a oversteer there in the pit lane. Hopefully he didn't catch any damage from that. It looked like the rear of his car coming through the pits. So you got Power on the hards, everybody else on the mediums. You got Danny Blazin, Team LMR, and VTEC still kicking, and Juventino on the inters. So Juventino's sitting in P3 right now, probably wondering if everybody knows something that he doesn't.
I haven't seen rain falling in well over a lap.
Well, I was just riding on board. If you click to the actual on board with the driver instead of broadcast mode, I'm still seeing drops on my screen. Now, whether that's the overspray from the cars in front, like even looking at the cars in front, you can see they're still picking up quite a bit of water if you're looking at the front tires. This is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Halo looks dry.
Yeah, you're right. We're 19, soon to be 20 at 36, 17 laps remain in this GP. At least one more under safety car. You have Gunnar Addy right at the back, or is that Houdini? That's Houdini right at the back right now in P15. These guys are hoping this track dries up pretty quick. It's going to be interesting. Did UV make the right call to stick out on those inters, get a gap on everybody, and then pit when it dries up a little more? Because, I mean, we did comment on the track feeling like ice. I can't imagine mediums. Of course, we're not driving, so we can't feel it right now, but I can't imagine mediums feeling that great.
Power Asylum is going to hang with those hards.
Wow. That's a gutsy call. I'm thinking Jeff fucked up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'll be able to confirm with us later the decision for the hards. Definitely a different strategy than everybody else. Will UV come in? That's what I want to know. Is UV kicking the tires right now? No pun intended.
Safety car in this lap, so.
Yeah, it might be a little too late for that. We'll see. Let's ride on board with Beckett in P4 and see what happens.
Opposite circumstance, but it's a little reminiscent of Lando in Russia last year.
Yeah.
You put your cards, or you played the cards, you got to stick with them. I kind of goofed up that metaphor.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. He was dying for the race win, though. He was just he was just thinking win. Will Ann still warming up his tires. Cake Thomas in P2. And they're off. UV gaining on Cake. Let's see if he can make it happen on the corner. Cake goes a bit wide. And UV's in P2. Let's see what UV can do on Will Ann's here. Is he going to have more grip with those brand new Andrew tires than Will Ann's on the mediums? He's already pulling out a gap. Who are you watching?
Power Asylum. I was mainly interested to see if he could keep it pointed in the right direction. Not only doing that, he got around Villeneuve.
Oh, wow. Good for him. Juventino right on Will Ann's gearbox right now for the win, but it looks like he's gonna have to pit at some point, so it may be all for naught. Oh, gets a little wiggle on the exit. Heading into the chicane. Will Ann's doing a good job on those medium compound tires. Cake back 1.5 on UV now, 1.6, 1.7. So far, it looks like UV made the right call. Will Ann's hanging on really well, though. We'll see if he can do it on this turn. UV looks like he got the better launch. ERS in full send mode. Is he going to go the inside? He is. Side by side through turn 1 and turn 2. They're going side by side into turn 3. UV catches the curb but manages to hang on. Great driving from Juventino. That could have been a race ender right there. Good job from Will Ann's. I mean, going through those corners side by side is not easy in the dry, let alone in the wet.
And they pulled 2.5 seconds out on Cake.
Beckett keeping it within half a second on Cake Thomas as well. But it does look like the track is drying out. There may be a couple laps of pain, but mediums might have been the right call. Too bad we can't pull up tire temps either and see what UV's tire temps are looking right now. Team LMR with a 5-second speeding in the pit lane penalty.
And he's coming out on inters. That's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, UV gets a launch on the last corner. He's going to be a little bit... Oh, DRS, it's going dry.
Yeah.
This might be all for naught. UV better just focus on getting as much of a gap as he can right now, because I think he's going to plummet all the way back to... Shit. Probably 14th.
Yeah. Yeah, he
And you
should
can
still
see...
come out in front of Danny, but safety car. Oh my God, he just got saved. No, not really. He's still going to come out in 14th, probably.
Yeah.
10th.
No one's retired, so I'm wondering why. Youngling goes in and boxes for the soft, so he's going to go to the end. 13 laps, no problem, with 3 laps under safety car, we can imagine. I got Cake asking me to make sure next time it's on reduced safety car on the Discord chat, but it is on reduced safety car. I don't even know why the safety car came out. Like, nobody else has crashed.
No, that's the second time, too. Houdini and Youngling on the softs.
Yep, guys are going to start coming in for the soft compound tires. I mean, you're out of the points right now, why not, right? It's a cheap pit stop. UV's coming in. I'm assuming he's going to box for the soft compound tires. We got the Mercedes coming in as well of Team LMR. Hopefully he doesn't put another set of wet weather. No, he is gone with mediums. And UV goes medium. Interesting. Interesting. I would have definitely gone soft. Softs,
Absolutely.
I did. Yeah, this is softs right now. If you're pitting, you're pitting for softs. They will definitely 100% take you to the end of this race. You got what? At least 2 laps under safety car right now. You're gonna have 10 laps on softs. Easy, 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 easy. So UV with that stop brings him from P2 to P9 and goes for the medium compound. Power on the hards, 4-lap-old hards, is sitting in P4. Drivers on soft compound now are Beckett in P11, Snake and Beans P12, Houdini P13, and Youngling in P15. Now Youngling, I'm surprised to see Youngling. Oh, Power Asylum just loses it warming up his tires.
Oh, man.
Oh, Power Asylum. Circa George Russell. Looked like he was heating up his tires, trying to keep some temperature into those hard tires, and just went into the barrier. That's unfortunate for him. He was having a good race. I mean, he spent the majority of the first half of the race right on Will Lands' tail in P2. If it wasn't for that little wiggle he had at the turn 3 there, the banked hairpin, he was potentially good at holding on to P2. He was having a great race. Unfortunate to see Power Asylum out. That is our 4th driver DNF for the day. Team B, Sloso, Ignacyov, and Power Asylum out of this race, and that leaves us 17 drivers remaining with 12 laps to go.
Is VTech able to get his lap back, or is he... Nope.
VTech he's still lapped down, but he's in between Snake and Beans and Beckett, so he's going to get blue flagged on the start again. Shitty deal for VTech.
Yeah, it was bad luck.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was bad luck for Power, too, that there was some miscommunication with Jeff.
No, I think he wanted to go on the hards.
Wanted the hards? Yeah.
I'm going to ask him right now.
He might have figured he'd have a better tire at the end of the race than the mediums.
I'm asking him right now. We'll see what he responds with. So the safety car is coming in. Let's hop on to the top. We're right on board with Hafrican in P3. Gives us a good angle of the top 2 drivers. it gives us an able to look behind us as well. You should host with me more often, buddy. This is fun.
Who, me?
Yeah.
We may do that.
I mean, you're more than welcome to join me whenever you want. It's been cool having someone else. I've never done this before, but hopefully shitty comms are less shitty now that there's two of us. But no promises. And Power Asylum with the I totally fucked up. Power, text me. What's going on? Did you pick the hard compound tire on purpose? J-Cast and Villeneuve. Villeneuve on the inside. Villeneuve stays ahead of J-Cast in P4. He's having a great race. And Power Asylum does confirm that he 100% wanted to go on the hard compound tires. Yeah, so, you know, he rolled the dice and went with the strategy.
The soft tires are working. Beckett's got 2 positions already.
Yeah, the soft tires are definitely going to have pace on his mediums, and it still looks like the track is a bit wet. And this battle is shaping up to be good. Will Ans, Cake Thomas, 0.8 of a difference. Cake Thomas, I mean, fuck. You got pole.
Oh, accident.
Oh, what happened?
Beckett got into it with another driver.
Well, Beckett's just plummeting down the order.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think he's got severe wing damage.
It looks like he's missing his left end plate on his wing, so not severe, but enough that he's going to definitely feel it. Will Ans at the fastest lap of 1:18.9. I mean, on the bright side with this race, Flavius, I mean, this is 100% self-serving as Beckett comes into the pits. With this race semi-wet, I might be able to hang on to my fastest lap in D2. It's like literally the only thing I can like celebrate about because I ain't winning races. So I'm hoping no one can bump me out this season. I get another season with it being on. J-Cast is out. J-Cast has retired, and we have... Jesus, we're going to have to turn off the safety car next race. If it's wet. This is crazy. This has been like our 5th safety car.
Now, I've been watching these soft runners again. Youngling up to 7th. Snake and Houdini 9th and 10th.
I think right before that happened, I was just saying, I mean, I got to give a big shout out to Cake Thomas. He got provisional pole, spun the car, it looked like, was facing the wrong direction, was doing the right thing not to come onto the track to impede another driver, gets DSQ'd is just what I'm inferring at this point, because I'm not 100% sure on what happened. And then fights his way back from P20 and is now in P2. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, Youngling did it the other day at Jeddah on a dry track, but still, from 20th to first, he faked it. Cake Thomas throwing the bluff there, pretending to go into the pits and staying out on the mediums. Doesn't look like anybody bit. All the drivers are holding position.
Now they bunch these cars up. Youngling is going to get up there.
I was just about to say, I mean, if any driver, and I mean, no disrespect, because we got so many fast drivers in this league now in Division 2. If anybody was going to make me nervous with a few laps left in a race, it's Youngling. 4-lap old softs, P7, safety car restart. I don't think a podium's out of reach for him.
No.
Well, I'm hoping the safety car goes in this lap. I mean, let the guys drive a little bit here. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. 5 safety cars on reduced safety car. Had we had standard safety car running right now, the whole race would have been under a safety car.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be coming in. We got those 3 stragglers.
Yeah, you got the Aston, you got the Red Bull, and you have the Mercedes. Mercedes still going through Sector 2.
Yeah, and after all the excitement, Beckett has fresh soft tires in 12th, so he's going to be in a good position to move himself up.
Yeah, he may be able to pull out a points finish. Let's see the
I would think
position.
so.
So right now you have Cake Thomas up 18 positions. I mean, currently my driver of the day, and I'm sure the game's driver of the day too. I mean, we didn't see all of his overtakes, but I mean, again, P20 to P2 right now. Hats off to you. You got Villeneuve up 9 spots. You got Youngling up 8. You got Hallberg. Hallberg's up 11 spots, sitting in P8. Great job from Hallberg right now. Snake and Beans is up 9, sitting in 9th. So you got several drivers doing a really good job. So Power Asylum just confirmed Jeff put him on the hards, but he was going to go with it and make it work. Oh, we almost have a collision with Cake Thomas and Will Lands. VTech is DNF'd. Looks like VTech lost it on the safety car. Same thing like Asylum. And that is it for the Red Bull of VTech tonight.
Yeah, that is a parked Red Bull.
I don't think he's going to join us. When I mentioned
it,
it,
rough go.
He said no. That was the only thing he said.
Yeah, that was a rough go. Tough one for him tonight. Safety
car is in. I mean, yeah, it's got to be completely disheartening when that safety car comes out. You're in between a gaggle of cars. You're the lapped car. I mean, your race is fucked at that point. And all just right, so you're aware, Flavius, I have the mature audiences only tag on Twitch, so we're safe. Oh. You got more class than me. I swear. I'm drinking. I swear. It is what it is.
I'm going to keep my eyes on Youngling.
All right, let me know if he makes a move. I'm going to be riding on board with African right now in P3. African up 6 positions. Will Lands warming up his tires. And they're off. Young DJ gets a good jump off Villeneuve. And will DJ make it work? He's got the inside line through turn 1. Oh, little bump there. Villeneuve goes wide. Young DJ CJ takes it. Snake and Beans is up to 6th from 9th.
He certainly is.
Youngling up to 7th. Cake Thomas 2/10 behind Will Lands. Oh, right on him. They're going side by side through the fast right-hander. Cake has to abort. He does abort. He's got to save that for the DRS though, and he's got it. He's just got to stay on Will Lands' tail. And I mean, I'm still seeing drops of water on my screen, so it's not a completely dry track. Hey, VTech! Joining us from Red Bull Racing, best car on the grid, VTech 87 PR1. What happened, VTech? What happened to the end there? Yeah, you're not the only one. The same thing happened to PWR Asylum. He lost it on the safety car as well. Cake Thomas making the move on the inside, and Will Lands shuts the door. So how'd the race go for you, VTech? Talk us through what happened. Oh, VTech. Yeah, you're going to have to turn that on, buddy. So now it just sounds like I'm talking to myself. That's okay. Cake Thomas again going side by side. Oh, what a good exit. Oh, he gets a little bump with Will Lands, and Cake is spun around.
Oh, my.
Oh, man.
No more safety cars, please.
No, but he's in the gravel, and he's just falling down the order. Again, heartbreaking for Cake Thomas. They were side by side. What turn was that? It was the fast right-hander. Turn 8. On the exit of turn 8, it looked like there was a little bit of contact with himself and Will Lands. And Cake did about a 720 of spins before ending up in the gravel there. Bounces all the way back to P11. Sucks for Cake, man. I mean, that total bad luck. He was having a wicked race.
Youngling is going to be provisional podium here by the end of by turn 1, I think. He scraped the wall a little bit, though, coming out of the last corner.
Well, Villeneuve's going to be defending that podium like his life depended on it. 5 laps left.
And we don't know for sure. His life might depend on it, but probably not. First and second are looking safe. 3, 4, and 5, 6 is a shootout. At this point, I don't know if there's a tire advantage anymore. The softs might have lost their edge a little bit. They might be softs and mediums just about equal.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Will Ends, again, set the fastest lap on the medium compound tires right now. Youngling just set the fastest Sector 1, though. Hey, Youngling, if you're watching, could you leave my fastest lap alone? Just stay above the 112s, please.
Hall of Fame in jeopardy.
Now they can hear me.
All right, VTech, talk us through what happened in your race. So you started off well, you dropped to the back at the end. Youngling with a Sector 2 here, sorry, purple Sector 2. What happened at the beginning there? You had an early pit stop after lap 1.
Lap 1, I was in the first turn, and I didn't notice that Gardner was on the outside, trying to make a move, and he got my, oh, that is the fastest lap right there.
Yeah, 113.5.
He touched my rear tire, and I spun and broke my wing. Then I went back to pits. Oh, okay, Thomas to the fastest lap.
Yeah. I'm still safe by like a second, bro. We're hoping.
Then I came out of the pits and I hit the wall, so that was another wing, and I was a lap down.
Just not going your way today.
Yeah, you get a lap down early like that. I know myself, it's hard to keep your concentration really focused.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, good on you for sticking through it. When you get jammed and you're a lapped car and you get caught in the gaggle of cars in the middle through a safety car, a lot of drivers would just quit. But good on you for just sticking with it and keeping and trying to race your race as best you could. Youngling coming up on Hafrican now in DRS zone, heading into turn 13, the penultimate corner here.
He's gonna go for it.
Oh, for sure. Youngling's going to be in P2 by the end of this, I think.
There's 2 laps to go.
Snake and Houdini have moved up to 4th and 5th with the soft tire.
Oh, good for them.
Now it's Williams. I think he can get him.
Beckett with the fastest lap of 13.145. And Youngling is 2.6 back on Cake. I think it's a little bit too far of a stretch for him at this point. Villeneuve on Steak and Beans now. Ooh, and you have Houdini on Villeneuve. This is going to be a little bit of a battle. Houdini going on the outside through the S's. Houdini gets it done. The Magic Man pulls it off. Villeneuve crashes. He's still in, though, but that might take him out of the points. Excellent comeback from Houdini. He looked like he was having a rough race, too, sitting in like P16 for a while.
Yeah.
2.1 seconds, 2 seconds.
But they're about to start their last lap.
Yeah, he's not going to have. He's not going to have DRS. Probably too much, unless Will makes a mistake.
And Houdini's a bit too far back as well. He's 6 tenths, 5 tenths. Oh, he is fucking flying. Not enough though. Let's see if he can do the same thing that he did to Villeneuve here with the exit on turn 3. Passing Villeneuve on the S's.
Oh, Beckett gets past Houdini. Oh, never mind.
Snake and Beans fighting for this P4 right now. He's going to get DRS as well from African.
It's gonna be tough.
He's kicked in the ERS. It's a little too far back.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get up past Snake and Beans.
Probably too much wing. We'll see.
Beckett's right on Houdini's tail, though.
Yeah.
No mistakes from Will.
No, excellent job. Will Ands, your race winner. Youngling P2, African P3, Snake P4, Houdini P5, Beckett P6, 300ths behind Houdini. Just tried to make it happen. Our fastest lap is a 13.1 right now from Kate Thomas in P7. Villeneuve in 8th, Young DJ in 9th, Danny Blazin for Red Bull gets the last point in P10. Uventino finishes 11th, Hallberg finishes in 12th, Gunnar Addy in 13th, and Team Elamar Racing to finish 14th as he comes around the final corner. So who's your driver of the day, Flavius? Who do you think had the best race?
You know, I was just thinking about that. I got to go with Snake. I've had Houdini and Beckett behind me, and they're hard to keep back there. I thought he did a heck of a job and made the right call going to the soft tire.
Yeah, Snake definitely had a really good race. Youngling, I mean, for me, it was 100% Kate Thomas up until that last spin.
Yeah.
What a race from him. But, I mean, Youngling, same thing, just kicking ass and making up so many positions. And I think Youngling's in with us right now. Youngling, can you hear me? Let's just see if you come up on the party chat. Do you have all your stuff enabled? Cool. So talk us through your race, man. You started, 16th, and you ended up in P2. Yeah, I mean...
No.
So were you considering a soft compound tire at that point, or was your plan to always jump onto the mediums? Oh, okay. We missed that. I mean, such a tight circuit, but I mean, hats off to you. Good job. P2 to finish the race. Another podium. I mean, you must be getting used to these by now. I mean, we were just talking about this a little earlier, how you went from last to first in our Division 1 race on Friday in Jeddah. Oh, wow. Good for you. Well, big congratulations to you. I mean, it's hard enough driving without assist in the rain, let alone on cockpit without the lines. But again, we're going to have another chance to do a no line, no assist race coming up on Wednesday night when we return to Zandvoort for ARL Elites. And it looks like you're gonna have a seat in that race as of right now. So awesome! Well, congratulations, and congratulations on your P2.
Great run.
All right, man. Have a good one. I don't know if we're getting sound anymore. No, it's coming through still. So do we have Will Ands? Will Ands has just joined the party. Welcome, Will. Congratulations on your race win. I mean, 0 mistakes out there. Talk us through your race for us.
So
we have Will Enns. Will Enns has just joined the party. Welcome, Will. Congratulations. Will, are you in?
Might have some party settings issues there.
Yeah, I'm not hearing him on the party chat. We'll have some more technical difficulties. Well, any last thoughts, Flavius?
Well, I was curious if we do get Will in, what the thought process was there, switching or going to the medium tire. I really thought somebody would go to the soft there, even though it was, half the race left, because you're going to preserve the soft quite a bit and the temperature running on, the wet track. But and it looked like the soft was really an advantage to those guys who went to it later. But Will, if he didn't lead every lap, it was just about every lap.
Yeah, good job for Will. Congratulations to our podium sitters there. We had Will Enns win the race. We had Youngling in P2, and Hafrican with his first podium this season in P3. So that's all for me. If you got anything else to say, Flavius, you can throw it in there, and then we're going to call this a broadcast.
Yeah, might try this again next week. We'll see.
Awesome. Well, hope you'll be able to join us again. Again, ARL, we race Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Monday nights, Division 2 with ABS and corner lines available. Wednesday nights is no assist ARL. Elite, and then Friday nights are Division 1 with only corner lines available. All races are at 8 p.m. East. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Good night.
Never mind then.